For years, the East African crude oil pipeline was one of the most protested projects in Africa. Protests filled the headlines. Court cases dragged on. Campaigns went global. Then, something changed. The project did not stop. People were compensated. Construction accelerated. And today, the pipeline is almost complete. Sarcastic, was this reckless exploitation or delayed development? And why did the loudest protests fade while the pipeline remained? This is not a film of slogans. It is a film of timelines, compensation, economics, and consequences. Before we go further, let's take a step back, because EACOP is not just a pipeline. It is a project shaped by politics, economics, environmental fear, and time. To understand where it stands today, we must first understand how it began.
In 2006, commercial quantities of oil were confirmed to exist in the Lake Albert Basin in Uganda. Total Energies, operating the Tilenga project, and CNOOC, operating the Kingfisher project, completed exploration and have now advanced into the development phase. Once produced, part of the crude oil will be refined in Uganda to supply the local market, while the remainder will be exported to the international market through Uganda and Tanzania. In May 2017, the governments of Uganda and Tanzania signed the Intergovernmental Agreement, IGA, a significant milestone marking the decision of the two countries to embark on developing the pipeline and provided the foundation for other project agreements, including the legal and commercial frameworks established in the host government agreements signed on 11th April 2021 and 20th May 2021 between EACOP and the two governments. Following the final investment decision, FID ceremony on the 1st of February 2022, East African Crude Oil Pipeline EACOP Limited formally concluded the formation of the company that will construct the East African Crude Oil Pipeline EACOP, a 1,443-kilometer long, thermo-insulated 24-inch buried export pipeline that will facilitate the transportation of Uganda's crude oil from Kabale, Hoima district, to the port of Tanga in Tanzania. The pipeline route was selected by the government of Uganda as the least cost and most robust. Due to the waxy nature of Uganda's crude oil, the pipeline will be insulated to maintain the oil temperature at 50 degrees Celsius. The thermal insulation and fiber optic cable are some of the several technological features that make EACOP the most innovative and smart pipeline system in the world. In Uganda, the EACOP originates at the industrial park in Hoima district, stretching 296 kilometers through 10 districts, with above-ground installations including 2 pumping stations, intermediate block valves, and electrically heat-stressed substations. The Tanzanian section of the pipeline spans 1,147 kilometers across 8 regions, 25 districts, and includes 4 pumping stations, 2 pressure reduction stations, intermediate block valves, and electric heat-stress substations. Crude oil transported by the pipeline will be stored at Tanga Marine Storage Terminal before being shipped and exported. Tankers will be loaded from a dedicated facility located on a 2-kilometer-long jetty extending into the open sea. Additional facilities will be built to support the pipeline's construction, such as the thermal insulation coating plant in Sojo, Nzega region, main camps for construction teams, pipe storage yards, and access roads. The pipeline will be constructed and operated by a pipeline company, East African Crude Oil Pipeline, EACOP Limited, with shareholding from Total Energies, Uganda National Oil Company, Tanzania Petroleum Development Corporation, and CNOOC.
Between 2021 and 2023, EACOP became a global symbol, not just of oil, but of climate anxiety. Environmental groups warned of biodiversity loss, carbon emissions, and risks to Lake Victoria's basin. Human rights organizations raised concerns about land acquisition, compensation delays, and livelihoods. For many activists, EACOP represented a broader question. Should Africa pursue fossil fuels in a warming world?
France done for Africa?
Anticipated ruling from a Paris civil court expected this Tuesday about drilling and a pipeline development in Uganda. Sounds interesting. Charles Pellegrin is with us to tell us more.
That's right, Gavin. French energy giant Total Energy is a key player in this development and could be told to put a stop on its investments there.
These concerns were not imaginary. They reflected real fears and real global debates.
Yes! EACOP is a scam. Yes! The economics of EACOP.
But while protests intensified, something else happened quietly. Courts ruled, licenses were issued, financing structures were revised, governments stood firm. By late 2023, EACOP had crossed a point of no return. Construction accelerated, financing gaps closed, and the global spotlight slowly moved on, even as work on the ground expanded.
Port focusing at the thermo-insulating plant in Sojo, Nzega, 200 kilometers buried. EACOP is more than the delivery of an engineering project. It represents a shared aspiration for economic growth, energy security, and regional integration. Over 10,000 jobs have been created for Ugandan and Tanzanian nationals, and 45% of the project's contracts awarded to Ugandan companies, with engineers, welders, suppliers of goods and services, gaining skills, building businesses, and growing towards attaining high middle-income status.
One of the strongest criticisms of EACOP concerned land acquisition and compensation. Thousands of households across Uganda and Tanzania were affected. Land was valued, crops assessed, payments delayed in some cases, accelerated in others. By 2024 and 2025, official reports from both governments indicated that the majority of project-affected persons had been compensated. For some families, compensation meant relocation. For others, it meant capital, school fees, business investment, new housing. Was it perfect? No. Was it uniform? No. But the narrative of mass unpaid displacement no longer reflects the full picture.
Netoi eri standard nayo nkunira yensi yona netanka ebyo ebintu tulozere biri birungi bituhindurire kutuyiho mu mbere endi
sola nayo baginteereddeko yali sinkole naye byonna baabitaddemu byonna ne siri
onyumye nabo nosanga abavubuka ngabo jajja maama gano obulira gano nawe n'owulira essanyu.
Nze ndi musajja mulimi gwe mulimo gwange era mbatusanga ebirime ng'ebirimwa bijanjaalo nyeebwa kasooli.
EACOP did something rarely shown on social media. It employed people, quietly. Thousands of Ugandans and Tanzanians found work in construction, logistics, catering, security, and transport. Small towns along the route experienced temporary economic booms. Rentals increased. Shops expanded. These are not abstract benefits. They are lived experiences, often missing from international coverage.
In the region. The project will also contribute towards the enhancement of the central corridor between Uganda and Tanzania through the development of new infrastructure, logistics, technology transfer, and the improvement of the livelihoods of East Africans.
The East African Crude Oil Pipeline, through its Socio-Economic Investment Program and in partnership with Hoima City, has officially launched the construction of the 7.5-kilometer Nyamasuga-Katoke Road in Buseruka Sub-County, Hoima District.
When we went to meet with the leadership of Hoima District, we identified a number of community needs that the district was asking us to address. And the most urgent for them were roads and health center to be upgraded. And we are committed to upgrade this road to first-class Maram.
This vital infrastructure will directly support more than 6,500 residents across over 600 households. The road construction will enhance community livelihoods, improve local infrastructure, and strengthen economic activity along the EACOP road.
Now, those two projects will bring transformation. The health center will save our mothers, because definitely mothers that don't have proper attention, we lose the mother, we lose children. A road that is not accessible, your produce will not access the market easily. And so these are the things we are working to improve. As we build the pipeline, we leave the communities in a better place. We want to make sure that this project is a project of the people, developed by the people, and for the people.
Once rehabilitated, the road will connect villages to the Kaiso-Tonya Highway, easing movement between key trading centers such as Nyamasoga and Buseruka. The improved access will benefit everyday life, enabling safer travel to schools, health facilities, and local markets, while supporting trade and agriculture activities.
We have to embrace progress. As we do these things, we need your support. We need you to own these projects as the people of Katoke, as the people of Uganda. So we thank you very much, and we look forward to working closely with you. Thank you very much.
Through partnerships and targeted investments, EACOP is supporting the development of stronger, more resilient communities along the pipeline route. The Nyamasoga-Katoke Road project is a testament to our commitment to improving livelihoods and advancing local infrastructure.
EACOP remains controversial, and environmental risks have not vanished. The pipeline crosses sensitive ecosystems. Any spill would be costly. In response, developers introduced heated insulation, leak detection systems, and continuous monitoring. Critics say safeguards are never enough. Supporters argue they meet global standards. The truth lies somewhere in between. Vigilance will matter more than promises.
At the highest level, EACOP has committed to comply with the IFC performance standards and the highest levels of international standards for environment and biodiversity. And we also have a commitment for zero harm. So zero harm includes zero harm to people, to the environment, and to communities.
We have assessed what our potential impacts on biodiversity are. And then from there, we develop programs that ensure that we leave a positive impact behind.
Whatever is being put in place, there is no any pollution or consequences that is happening to the environment or for human beings around to it.
Commitments were then further made to either manage and mitigate these impacts through either further design during the detailed design phase, training of staff that are on our sites, or through construction and operations management techniques.
Our construction contractor, they will have to follow the requirements of the contract, which are related to the environmental management.
At PRS2 site, like other sites of ECO project, we are in full compliance with environmental and social impact assessment. That is part of our contract with any contractor here working on site.
At the coating yard, waste segregation started at the working area. That means the segregation started at the source, whereby the labeled waste being distributed into different working areas, as well as workers were educated on how to segregate waste.
We have trained 2 guys here. We call them marine mammal observers. They have been certified according to the JNCC guidelines. During pilot driving, if there is any marine mammal within the exclusion zone, then they make communication with the construction team to provide a no-go or a go signal.
At inhabited restoration, we impacted somehow very few square meters of seagrasses, as well as very few square meters of mangroves, and there will be some very few square meters of corals. All of these 3 important habitats, we are going to restore them and we are going to offset them. The aim is to obtain net gain.
We have been encountered so many fauna here on site, and the common 2 faunas that we have been encountered several times is snake and bees. For snakes, the contractor is having a snake handling personnel, and once we encounter any snake on site, he's being relocated to the nearby locations. We come up with the initiative of installing the beehives, and we managed to get one farmer. So all the bees that we have here on site, once they entered in the beehive, they have been taken to this farm, which is located about 3 kilometers.
We have had the installation of the permanent fence to reduce the ingress of snakes and other dangerous animals into the site.
We have reusable mechanism whereby timber waste are being donated to the communities. We are also reusing cement bags, which we work together with the supplier of the cement, so he come and take out the bags for reusable mechanism.
The trees that are behind me right here, we have erythrina, that is a medicinal plant that has been reserved on the site, as well as other trees like albizia.
To avoid erosion and also to control sediments, we have applied slope stability measures. So we applied papyrus reeds, grassing, and in some cases we will also be doing pocket grassing.
So at PS2, we were able to have over 30,000 cubic meters of topsoil that was removed during site construction, and it was donated to farmers to reclaim their formerly rocky, barren wastelands to productive agricultural lands. Approximately 19 hectares has benefited from this topsoil donation, and a number of crops have been grown on this area.
We have mobile toilets at site, and here at camp also we have ablution facilities. So because Tanga there is no this public sewage treatment plant, so here at site we have our own sewage treatment plant. So all the wastewater from the site and from the camp area is going to the sewage water treatment plant.
If we go down the mitigation hierarchy ladder, from the avoidance, minimization, and the third approach is resettlement or restoration. And currently what we are doing is going to the field to verify these pockets of natural and critical habitats along the right-of-way and making sure that they concur or to compare data with the available data from the ESIA and the Critical Habitat Assessment Report.
Let's use World Environment Day really to remind ourselves that we're obviously going to construct the pipeline, but I would say that the social aspects and the environmental aspects sit at the same level as the good conduct of the project activities themselves. So that's really a commitment that we all need to make, and we all need to bear in mind in our day-to-day activities across the whole spectrum of wherever you are in EACOP.
At the heart of EACOP lies a deeper contradiction. Africa contributes less than 4% of global emissions, yet faces the strongest pressure to abandon fossil fuels. Meanwhile, millions still lack electricity. Is oil a betrayal of the future, or a bridge to it? As of today, EACOP is nearing completion. Testing phases are underway. Export timelines are clearer than ever. The protests have faded, but the consequences remain. EACOP is no longer just a proposal. It is a fact on the ground. History will not judge it by hashtags, but by outcomes. Whether it becomes a model of responsible development or a warning of missed opportunity, that verdict is still being written.